everybody, Nana here, and today I'm playing a game from Nom Nom Nami again. This is the creator who made all the Lonely Wolf Street series and way more, and I did say that I was gonna play all her games, so her teachers were my light. I don't know what this is all about, but I'm gonna start it right away. Darkness, darkness, and nothing in all directions. At some point I started thinking, shouldn't there be something else? Something anywhere? So I started looking. I don't know what exactly I was looking for, but as I was wondered, I spotted a light in the distance. As I approached, I found another and another. A trail of burning bright lights. They traveled out in a way their steady glow piercing tiny holes in the darkness. They fascinated me. I decided I'd walk until I reached the source. I found a girl. She was sitting on a bed of those stars. It was a beautiful sight. Space. Oh, someone here. Sniffle. What should I say to her? Oh, okay, it's okay. Are you crying? Excuse me, but have you been crying? I felt so lonely. I just can't seem to stop. But now someone's here. I don't think someone would come, but you're here. Well, I'm so happy. If you're happy, then stop crying. Honestly, Space said Time. Huh? How did you know my name? I don't know. I just slipped out. How did I know her name? She never told it to me, but something about her feels so familiar, like an old friend. This isn't fair. I didn't even get to introduce myself. And now I have to ask for your name. It's Time. Time. Okay. Okay. What are you doing? Saying it 8 times will help me remember. Eight on its side is infinity. Oh wow, it's infinity, so that's how I'll never forget. I see. So Time, where did you come from? Oh, Time came from the start. If I had to give it a name, I'd call it the start. The start? Yeah, that would make sense to begin at the start. Does that make where we are now the middle? But you started here, didn't you? If you don't know if we... I don't know if we can call it the middle. We can, this place has changed. Has it? Yes, you're here with me now, Time. So, before was the start and now is the middle. It made sense its own way, the skill is very straightforward. So, if there's a beginning, there's an end. Who knows? I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. There probably is one. What if the end is sad? The start was lonely, will the end be lonely too? I don't want that, man. Her tears were my light. Making stars like that. You cry a lot, don't you? Yeah, because look, whenever I do, those stars come out. I'd already noticed a big bit, maybe it'd be rude to point that out. I can't really explain it, but somehow they make me feel a little less lonely. So, from the start, you've just been... Whoops, sorry. You've just been making stars? Yes, you see, where there is nothing, I want to put something. Does that make sense? I guess it does. What kind of things do you do, Time? I move the universe. I can make the universe move forwards, backward. I can jump to any moment I've already experienced. Wow, that sounds like harder work. Making stars sounds harder to me. No, that's easy. Watch. They just cry. Oh boy. I didn't mean to make you cry again. Actually, this is a good chance to demonstrate. Alright, I've remembered the outcome. Now I'll rewind it to when I said making stars sounds harder, then I can try to stop her from crying. I need to rewind. I have a button for this. Rewind. Is that a button on the screen? I know, I just pressed it! If I can't use if I can't make use of the rewind button, I'll end up going in circles. And if I get stuck, I can always reset. But for now, I need to rewind. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. For this. Alright. I remember the outcome. Don't start crying to prove how easy it is, okay? How did you know I was about to do? That's my power. You already cried before, so I went back to the moment where you did in order to stop you. Wow, you're incredible, Time. It was nothing really. You know something? I only just met you, but it feels like we've always known each other. I did know your name from the first moment I saw you, so maybe your feeling is true. A really cute story between space and time. But I can't remember talking with you like this before now. Just like I can remember crying before you changed that app. And okay, man, it must be a paradox. Hey, how did you find me in the first place? I just followed your stars and here you were. Oh, that means, hey, if we ever get separated, I can just cry. That way you'll always be able to find me. Sure, but I don't know if I like the thought of making you cry. I won't have to as long as you're here with me. I'm kind of afraid to go back to being alone. Alright, I'll stay. Doesn't seem like there's anyone else out here anyway, so I have no reasons to leave. Oh, anyone else? Oh no. If there is someone else there, don't you think we should try looking for them? Yeah, we should. Why not? You don't want them to feel lonely, do you? Exactly, I'm so happy you understand, Time. Okay, let's look out. Oh, this is me. We wandered into the void together to see if we could find anything else out there, but all we found was darkness, and the more darkness we found, the more space we'd cry. I didn't like seeing her cry, I didn't want her to feel lonely. Much to my relief, she agreed to rest when I suggested it. I closed my eyes for a while, but when I opened them again, I was back in the dark. Space? No response. What happened? All the stars are gone too. Did I make a mistake? I'll rewind from here to before I close my eyes. I won't close my eyes this time. I have to pay attention so I don't miss what caused everything to go black. Time, you look so serious all of a sudden. Something strange happened, but I don't know what it was. Something strange? Scanning the cosmos, I noticed something seemed to be blotting out a group of stars in the distance. I'd spotted the anomaly. I could just barely make it out against the dark background of the void. There was someone out there after all. Okay. As soon as they noticed I'd spotted them, they disappeared. I squinted toward the area I'd been standing out only a moment before, thinking I could easily find them again at such a distance. But very suddenly, she appeared right behind from space. What are you, Neil? She phased right through space, somehow erasing her from existence. The stars around us dimmed and faded as she disappeared. This is what had happened before. This is what I'd missed by making my eyes off of her. It was awful. I wanted it to stop. So rewind. Where space once stood before me, there was now only Neil. What have you done to space and the stars? You took away all the beauty, and now all was left in the void. But it's beautiful like this too, isn't it? No, I don't like it. Bring back space. Bring back our stars. If that's how you feel, I'll lock you in this moment until you understand. Oh. Okay. No. Yeah, no. If you wanted to stop, I guess I had to rewind. Why can I replace past this point? If I go forward, all I'll see is she appeared right before space. Okay, why can I rewind past this point? If I go forward, all I see is she faded right to space, somehow erasing her from existence. The stars around us dimmed and faded as she disappeared. This is what happened, okay. Where space once stood before me, there was only Neil. Is that going to? Why are you stopping me from rewinding? Why can't I go back and protect space from you? That wouldn't be fair. Fair? It's not fair that you took her away. You don't like it? No, I don't like it. Bring back space. Bring back your stars. That's how you feel, yeah. Okay. No, I won't accept this. But what can I do? If I return to the start, if I start over now, I could change this. Otherwise, I'll be trapped in this loop. Yeah, okay. So I gotta go back to reset. Yes. Okay, let's try it. It looks like there's a lot of endings possible. Oh yeah. Okay, it does. You're alive, yeah. I thought something terrible happened, but you're right here. I'm glad you're still okay. Huh? She looked at me like she'd never seen me before, because of course she hadn't seen me before. This space was new. How could I have expected her to remember what happened? In my excitement to see her alive and well, I'd forgotten that rule. I decided to try recreating the first memory. Never mind. Excuse me, but have you been crying? I felt so lonely, I couldn't seem to stop. Okay, is that gonna change? I'm so happy. Yeah, honestly, Space. How did you know my name? Of course I know her name, even though you didn't tell me it in the first time either. This isn't fair. I didn't even get to introduce myself, and now I have to ask your name. It's time. Time. What are you doing? Yeah, saying it 8 times. I remember. Except for it's impossible for you to remember when I go back to before I told you. So, time, where did you come from? Oh, I got the other option here, the future. Will you believe me if I told you I came from the future? When I thought I was all alone, you proved me wrong, so I'll believe whatever you say. Besides, there's this feeling in my chest that you are definitively someone I can trust. I'm glad, well, it's true, I did come from the future. We've already met before, and you wanted to search this void to see if you could find anyone or anything else. That does sound like something I want to do. Did we find anyone? Someone found us, but it's hard to explain what happened. I don't want to scare her. We didn't find anyone. That's why I think we should stay together. Oh, it would be sad if there was anyone out there and they were feeling as lonely as I was. Sniffle. I lied to her. She said she'd believe whatever I say and took advantage of that trust, but I didn't know how to tell her what happened. I wanted to avoid the ending I saw before. If this path didn't lead to something better, I could always make a save point and rewind from here. Hey, Time, if you're from the future, why did you come here? Well, so I'd be able to talk to you again. Then in the future, we're not able to talk anymore? Oh no. Oh, I'll reassure her so she doesn't start crying anyway. Yes, we were separated, but I'm going to change it so that doesn't happen. That's a relief. I should figure a backup plan too, so that you're not the only one working hard at this. Hey, how did you find me in the first place? That's easy. I already knew where you'd be waiting for me. But I'm talking about the very first meeting, before you knew where I was. What about then? Sorry, I just hit my mic. I just followed your stars, and here you are. Oh, that means, hey, if we ever get separated, you can just cry. That way, I can just cry. That way, you'll always be able to find me. Sure, but I don't know if I like the thought of making you cry. I won't have to as long as you're here with me. I'm kind of afraid to go back. Yeah, I know. I don't want to be alone either. Hey, I got if you at the same time. Would it be alright if you just lay together just for a little while? If you want to, then I don't mind. I held her hand so that Neil wouldn't be able to sneak up on us. Our fingers interlaced so easily. It was as if it belonged together like this, but that was impossible. That feeling, even if it didn't make any sense, only made me hold together. As long as I held on to space, Neil wouldn't be able to take her away. We could lay here and admire the stars together and never do anything else. I'd be satisfied just like this. Time, can I ask you something? What is it? What happened before? What was it that you what was it that you came back in order to change? I already told you we got separated. I know, but I definitely would have been crying if that happened. Couldn't you have followed my stars? I couldn't. You weren't able to make them anymore. That's terrible. Yeah, it was. I'm glad you came back. If we couldn't find each other, I'd want to change that too. We lay in silence for a while. I had the feeling space could sense that I was waiting for something. She didn't ask what. As long as I held on to her, she had nothing to worry about. Neil, surely she was watching us from somewhere the light from space stars didn't reach. I wanted to be ready. I wanted to be able to stop her when she appeared. But we fell asleep. Again. No, no! Let it happen again. I've lost space again. Time, don't go back anymore. Why are you doing this? She's just going to trap me here again, isn't she? Stay. Stay. Okay. Fast forward. So I'm trapped in stay. Okay, if I say rewind, is it stay again? Yeah. Reset. Yes, again. So start. Is it going to remember everything? Yeah, no. I knew what I had to do. I started looking for space, and as I wandered, I spotted a familiar light in the distance. I want to save you. Space, listen carefully. Someone called Neil is going to come and take you and all of your beautiful stars away. Huh? Please trust me. My name is Time, and I came from a future where that's what always happens in the end. I don't understand. I know it's a lot to take in. I want to protect you. I don't want Neil to take you away. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry that I let myself get taken away. It's not your fault, Space. You don't want to be all alone either, do you? If you feel the same as me, then it must have hurt. It's okay. I'm able to come back to prevent things like this. Please don't cry. Okay. I told Space about the other versions of our meeting that I knew of. I told her that Neil was somehow able to limit my power, trapping me in loops and keeping me from rewinding far enough to stop her whenever she appeared. And Space wanted to help. She said if we worked together, we might have a chance. It was better than trying to fight this monster on my own. Neil seems to only appear when we let our guard down. I tried waiting before, but we fell asleep. Then we have to make the first move, but what should we do? I don't know if we could go back far enough, just enough to know exactly what's going to happen, so that I'd be able to fix it. The only way I've been able to learn anything is through seeing you get taken away. I don't want to watch that happen again. Time, you're working hard, aren't you? I want to help. Well, I don't want you to feel alone anymore. I'm still here, so I hope I can do something for you. Blush. We stayed like that. We stayed like that for a while. She was warm. It felt nice. I considered putting the universe here in this moment. After all, moving forward could cause something awful to happen again, and it was up to me whether or not I should let this path play out. But I knew I didn't have to be afraid because I wasn't alone. Oh, hello, Neil. Neil had already shown herself. Why are you doing this? This is Neil. Why do you look like me? You are the copy. Why won't you stay erased? Space run, I'll stop her, but I don't want to be separated from you. It's only temporary. I promise I'll be able to find you later, so get out of here. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, in an instant, Neil's body blinked out of existence. She slipped through my grasp. And once again, space was gone. Was there nothing I could do? Neil had beaten me no matter what I tried. My attempts to change fate were only hurting space again and again. Time. Why won't you look at me? You keep taking space away. Of course I wouldn't want to look at someone who would do that. You're crying for her? I felt so overwhelmed by hopelessness I'd barely noticed my tears. How strange, I thought, for me to cry so easily. Space was always the one who... And there it was again, the feeling I'd known her for so much longer than I possibly could have. I didn't understand those feelings. Aren't you going to reset again? What's the point if you'll always... Again, she said again, then she remembers the other times as I asked you before, what are you? I am Neil, emptiness, void, whatever you want to call me. Wherever there's something, I want to make it nothing. Does that make sense? Why would you want to do that? You exist just to take space away? Space exists to take me away. Why can't you understand? Must I explain it to you? Time, please listen. Okay, I'm gonna listen. You're still here. You'll really listen to me? Just say what you want to say. Fine. If I know why she's doing all this, I'll be able to think of a way to stop her, but there's another feeling in my heart when I look at her. Sympathy. Why? Because when she's crying, she's covering the emptiness. In the very, very beginning, I was alone. There was only me and the thick, empty, infinite darkness that surrounds us now. At some point, I thought I wanted there to be more than just that. That's when I changed from nothing to something. It was also when you first appeared, Time. From that point on, I felt like all there was and all there would be, one time and one space and no one else. We had much fun together. I thought it would last for all eternity. But then my light faded and you stopped. You stopped, but I was still here. I was still here, but you wouldn't to be with the light I left behind. I waited for the end to come again, thinking maybe I could reach you there. But whenever it came, you would just rewind again to be with another new me, another new space. It made me so jealous. I waited so long for you to finally find me, but how could you? I couldn't cry, I couldn't create any light of my own for you to follow. You found new lights, her stars. You forgot about me. How could that be true? I don't have any memories like that. There's no way I would forget about space. But you did, again and again. She always returned to nothing, to me, and you always go back to the beginning. You never stay with me. You always want to stay with space, but not Neil. It's because my darkness isn't as beautiful. You always choose the stars over me. I erased everything, all of the universe, and started over with just one for you and me. But space is always here too. You always go to her. Is that why I can't remember? Because you erased the universe that held those memories? Do you know what all the universes are now? It's you and space together, and I'm alone. That's why I wanted to bring you to the end faster. I even learned how to stop you from rewinding. When I erased her, I could finally reach you, but you only get mad at me. I'd finally set up everything right, but you didn't understand anything at all. I was stupidly hoping you would remember everything if you could just see me again. I was so angry when you didn't. How could I recall memories that were erased unless those feeling in my heart? I still can't stop you from resetting. I can't stop you from doing what's always brought you closer to her. You've been going farther and farther away. I didn't know what to do anymore. I didn't want to have to explain it all to you like this. I wanted you to remember on your own, but I can't take this anymore. Neil, even if those memories were erased from me, They still left an impression in my heart, and that impression, that love has driven my every action up to this point. But you and Space are connected. All of my memories with you were with whose spaces now. That's how I got it confused. I don't want to hear that. Thanks to you, I finally understand what I've been feeling all along, and it's that you are someone who is very precious to me. Oh? Even if those feelings were projected onto a you who wasn't you anymore, I'm sorry, Neil. You're so mean. You treated me like I was the bad one. I was the one who messed up from the start. Can you ever forgive me? All I wanted was to be on your side again, and you forgot about me. I won't forgive you so easily. That's fine. I'll work hard to make it all up to you. Cute. Good. You have all of eternity to do that. Just the two of us. It's just the two of us, huh? It's fine like this. Yeah, just the two of us. I'm so happy. I waited for this for so long. I know. Sorry to keep you waiting. Neil and I spent all of eternity together, just like she said, alone together in the darkness, without space light. I felt like I left something behind, but being together with Neil, no, with my true space, was all that what mattered. I had a lot to make up for. Well, that was good. It's not really more of a game than a visual novel, but I really liked it. A lot of endings possible and a great storyline. Again, Nom Nom Nami usually do great storylines, and I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed that game. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys. The game is entirely free, but you can donate to the developer if you want. It's free contributions. So yeah, I hope you guys have the most wonderful days of your lives, and I will catch you all in the next video. Goodbye!